Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
The Crossbow Project. There's no defense like a good offense.
Mission accomplished.
Outstanding, Crossbow.
Just like shooting ducks in a barrel.
Working in secret, our scientists are turning an engineering dream into an effective reality.
There are certain movies that I love from when I was a kid that I don't remember as much of the secondary plot that goes on.
How long has it been since you watched this movie?
It's been a bit.
Okay.
But, I mean, there are so many fucking things I say from this movie. I mean, it's literally every line is just killer. This opening scene, though, is hilarious in more ways than one.
Right.
It's fucking awesome. But one of the things that bothered me when he goes shooting ducks in a barrel. And I'm like, wait, that's not right.
That's a mixed metaphor.
Yeah, I'm like,
My
what
mom
is
is
that?
the queen of mixed metaphors.
Well, so I looked it up, actually, because I'm like, that's bugging me. So apparently it's a thing, because it's a cross between the two that you have in your head when you hear it.
Right.
So it's a mashup of shooting fish in a barrel, easy action with guaranteed success,
Right.
and all your ducks in a row, getting everything in order.
Right.
So shooting ducks in a barrel is sort of a deep way to say...
No, I think it's just wrong. It's a mixed metaphor.
It could be wrong, too.
My mom has never not used a metaphor that wasn't mixed. Like,
Jesus Christ. That was a quadruple negative, for Christ's sake.
She can't not do that.
Your mom has never not...
She does it.
Created a dozen...
I know, but that doesn't
thing.
have the same effect as what
No, I like what you said. I'm explaining it to Jared.
So she fucks up metaphors. Do you have an example of that, or...?
No, because I can't do it. Every time I try to explain what she does to other people, I'm like, and I can't get it because I just use metaphors correctly. And then she's always not doing it correctly.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaret, and this is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies, and we like to talk about a movie from week to week. We've never taken a week off. The one week that we took off, we still had a show. I just wasn't invited on it. You can find it in
we did miss 1 week.
Did we really? What happened? Like
you had just gotten back from the
Vietnam.
UK.
Oh, Vietnam. That's when I was in Vietnam. With me, as always, is Rich.
That's me.
And no, you like me more than something.
I get tired of it.
I
hate saying hello. I hate saying hi.
I say get a tagline and stick with it. You know?
Bored with it. I'll figure something else.
What's the deal with Oprah? She's fat, she's skinny. I say pick a bunny and go with it. Why do people watch TV? Also, my lovely wife Casey is here.
Hello.
Freshly reddened hair. Kitty Corner Will is here.
Hey, how's it going?
Are you ready for the holidays?
I'm absolutely ready.
You
for
guys
the holidays.
staying put?
Yes, not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. Any family coming in?
God, no, thank you.
So last week, our good friend Becky Bragg had a birthday, and I want to tell you about my introduction to. If you guys come to Bowling for Soup shows locally, you will see us together, and you can't miss us because her husband is enormous and has possibly
epic beard,
maybe the greatest beard of all time. Now, me and Carrie, her husband, played a sport together when we were kids, but he denies it. And I don't think it's because of my ability. I think he just blocks it out.
Because it was traumatic.
It's up for debate.
So one of those things. But so Carrie and I reconnected on Facebook and like to drink in the night and like just talk shit to one another because we're the only two up. And the only reason that I even met Becky is because they used to have the combined Facebook page. So they were Becky and Carrie Bragg.
Oh, that's for real.
So I was just like, Becky and Carrie Bragg. Wait, I know Carrie Bragg. A fucking friend request. We're friends or whatever. So, but now they've separated and we've gotten to know them. And
We've separated Facebooks.
Facebooks. Anyway, welcome Becky Bragg to the show.
The worst, by the way.
Thank you.
Jaret and Casey on your Facebook page. You have a picture of Jaret and Casey on your individual Facebook pages.
Yeah.
And usually, if they're not the same picture, it's a very similar picture. I never know who I'm talking to. Casey will like something or put something on. I think it's you. You say something, I think it's her.
The goddamn fucking words of the name. The words of the name are way bigger than the photo.
I don't read. I just look at the picture and go, oh, so-and-so said that.
I see.
And so it just depends on who I focused on in your picture. If I see her red hair, I think it's her and it's you talking. Oh, why would Casey say that?
Well, welcome, Becky, to the show.
Thank you. And to clarify the Facebook thing, I had Facebook way before he did.
Okay.
Tried to sell him on the idea. Yeah. Finally just added him on. All his friends started being my friends.
Okay.
I had to kick him out.
Yeah. Now, Carrie Bragg is father of two, great friend of mine now, but doesn't admit to knowing me when I was a kid. Apparently, we knew each other when we were in high school. I only know him from being one of the two guys in our high school that could slam dunk. Because we're from a shit school in Wichita Falls. There were no LeBron Jameses where we lived. There was him and Michael Jaret, right? Or what's his name?
Marcus and Michael.
Marcus. Oh, they could both slam dunk.
No, Marcus could slam
Marcus could slam dunk.
Yes.
And you. And that's it.
Is it slam dunking if he just walks up to it and drops it in?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just checking.
As long as you slam it in. Bam.
You know why? Because he fucking does it with authority. You know?
Roadhouse.
That's true.
That's how it happens. But I am so glad you guys are here tonight. It worked out so good. I had saw that Becky posted about the movie Real Genius just last week, and then it was your birthday. Then I texted Carrie. I'm like, you think she'd want to do this? Just so happens your school is off tomorrow, so here we are. It's a freaking Tuesday night, the week of Christmas, and it's our first show of 2017 for everybody that's listening.
That's correct.
It's freaking fantastic. It's good to have everybody here. Welcome to the show, guys. Tonight we're going to talk about the movie Real Genius, but before I get started, I have a note here to ask Rich about iTunes reviews.
Pull up the iTunes reviews.
Is this bad? I don't really want to have my feelings hurt before I go.
No, no bad ones.
How do I get there? God, I fucking hate iTunes, and I'm not saying that on the record, by the way. iTunes. And what is it that you want me to see? Oh, they're all really good.
Yeah, there's some really good ones.
Okay, this is my favorite. It just says, subscribe. Fantastically written.
Read the one from Rancid Nut.
Okay, Rancid Nuts. Let me see if I can find that. I laugh out loud when listening to this podcast. The combination of Rich's strong opinions and Jaret's benefit of the doubt attitude make this movie discussion interesting and entertaining. Special guests that appear on the podcast are like the sprinkles on top of the great cupcake. On top of that, you might pick up some really good pointers about where to eat, what it takes to perform water karate, and why everybody should sit down to pee. I really enjoy this podcast and would recommend to anybody interested in me. So thank you guys. These reviews are great. If you are listening right now, if you don't mind, go and review our podcast and please share it with a friend. Man,
only if you like it.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I mean, either way. I mean, if you're, but yeah, she's right. I have low self-esteem. I've gained some weight. There's just, I get a lot of strikes against me. But anyway, let's move on. Thank you so very much for those of you who have reviewed the podcast, and please, 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 if you're listening to this right now, keep it coming. So Rich, it's Christmas week.
Yep.
You're going to Chicago this weekend.
That's
You're
right.
super excited about it.
Yep. So I'm flying on an airplane, obviously. There was this argument online, and the argument was, is it rude or not to recline your chair when you're in coach or whatever they call it?
I know every answer to this.
What? Like,
what's the problem? So what is your, where are you at on
me?
that?
I always recline.
Okay.
My back will just break if I'm not a little bit back.
Wait, can I see if I know the answer?
There's no answer. That's just a
if
huge...
I've learned any airport etiquette thus far?
Okay, go ahead.
You can recline unless it's time to eat food.
That's correct. But here's the thing. If you're not on an international flight,
Then they get the fuck over it.
you should recline about halfway. Sometimes maybe a quarter way. You give
Halfway?
yourself a little bit or whatever, but there's no reason to get into
inch
somebody's...
and a half to recline.
Yes, but it's also an inch and a half more into somebody else's space if you go that way.
So they should just recline.
Well,
And then
that's the
it's the
thing is
same.
sometimes they may be fighting something else. They could have children next to them or whatever. Like, look, here's the thing. If it's over a 4-hour flight, you go back all the way. If you eat, you come back up. And then you go back down as soon as they come take the trays. If you're on a 2-hour flight, you literally go back just enough to get yourself to where your back isn't hurting, and you're done.
I hit the button, and I'm like pushing on it.
Oh,
like
God.
it's
Fly
not
first
going
class
back
and get the
far
fuck over
enough.
it.
It's okay because the chairs recline and it's your right to recline. But if you're like me or Carrie, 6 foot or over,
Exactly.
it can really suck when someone leans.
Buy first class.
There's
Buy an
but
extra
not
seat.
You
not
can buy
everybody
first
has
class
that.
and recline
extra
all day
seat-
long.
an
I'm
ex-
just doing what's
Whoa,
given
whoa.
to me, which
Hold
is
on.
a recline button.
Hold on. An extra seat benefits neither of them, though. They can't fucking put their legs in another seat.
Sure they can.
No, they can't.
You got to go into the aisle, right, Carrie?
Yeah, you can look out with like
Yep.
an extra
Gotta put those
space
feet out in the
area.
aisle.
No, the thing is it's not being given what is...
It's
that's
literally an inch and a half reclining. I
Yes.
don't understand the
I'm
problem.
not saying you shouldn't do it. I just say have a little empathy, man. Jeez.
I'm yelling at Jaret, not you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You can yell at me all you want. I am just amazing to sit behind or in front of in a plane. I will never bump your seat. I
Never
will
next
not
to.
grab hold of
I
it
don't
to
bump
get
it either,
myself
yeah.
up. I will not.
God,
Like
no,
if I need to go to the restroom and you're sleeping or whatever, I use my fucking abs, my legs, fucking get my fat ass up, and then roll into the aisle, and then fall forward a couple of steps, and I'm fucking back.
I just get wine drunk and spill my salad.
The thing is, is that it's almost like this. You don't necessarily always have to take everything you're given. And here's a good example.
It's an inch and a half. It's not like
It
they're
makes a
giving me
difference.
much.
That's what she
If
said.
you could have an inch and a half more dick, would you take it?
No, it's annoying.
100%. Not you,
Wait,
Will.
flaccid or
Either way.
or-
Also,
okay.
define would he take it?
I'm going to be honest. All right, so good luck in Chicago, dude. Have a great holiday. For those of you who are, if I haven't said this already, this is our first episode of 2017. We will have just celebrated the holidays. We stacked up a couple of issues. Is this issues? Episodes? That's fine, too. I believe that
I like if they're issues.
I actually have stacked up a couple of issues as well this holiday season.
too.
And I don't really want to get into that yet. Hey, I want to thank our new supporter, Mr. Zach Paquino.
I think it's Pequeno.
Zach Paquino. I would think Paquino.
You don't like the U in
Dude,
there?
this is the fucking coolest word ever. Pequuignot. Like we have a teacher here.
Seems French.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
It is
Agreed.
French.
Yeah,
That's why it's not cool.
You've stumped the fucking panel.
It's like
I want to welcome our guests, Becky and Carrie Bragg. Happy birthday, Becky and Carrie. Welcome. Real Genius, 1985. Teenage geniuses deal with their abilities while developing a laser.
Sounds good.
That is the synopsis of this movie. It's so bad. So one thing that you missed, this movie was directed by Martha Coolidge, who also did Valley Girl and Joy of Sex.
Oh, that's why
Who-
Homegirl's in this?
So a lot of these actors are in either one or both of those movies. This movie stars Val Kilmer, of course. For those of you who don't know my story about Val Kilmer, I have a song about him on the album The Great Burrito Extortion Case. The song is entitled Val Kilmer. And we went on to the Jimmy Kimmel show. I believe it was our second time. Yeah, it was our second or third time on there. Anyway, we go on there, and it was a crazy night anyway. We had these new outfits and shit. Like we were just embracing the whole sports thing. So we had these jumpsuits that we would like rip off like basketball players and shit. Because we just thought the whole tie-in of sports was hilarious. So like we would get on stage and like do the rip your pants off, throw your shirt at the guy. And like they'd have to like come by and like towel off the stage and shit. It was just like, it was hilarious. And so we're there and everybody's, we've all got our last names on our shirts and shit. And Val Kilmer is they're like, dude, this is crazy, but he's the special guest. And it's like, holy fuck, like, we have a song about him. I sure hope he hasn't heard it yet. But, so I'm like, hey, can we go meet him? And the producer's like, I'm just going to bring him in here. So Val Kilmer comes in. He's just as nice as can be. He's got a handler guy who is like, Val has a place in New Mexico. He's making music. We'd like to invite you out to come out and make some music or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll see you there. But because it just sounded silly to me. So we're like, hey, here's a copy of our album. We have a song called Val Kilmer on this. So he's first, like top bill is first, then the second bill or whatever, then the band comes on, and then if the comedy doesn't go as well as they think, the band gets to play a second song. It's the way that Jimmy Kimmel works. I think still to this day, actually. You still have to play your second song for the studio audience, though. So regardless, you're up there singing that. So Val Kilmer goes up there and he's...
You're not allowed to change this. You have to play the songs.
Well, I'm up there to play my single.
Right.
So,
but you're not going to call an audible and play Val Kilmer.
No, that's not going to happen.
But how awesome would that have been?
It would have been awesome, but I'm there to play High School Never Ends at the time. That it's a minor hit, and we're there to promote.
If you could go back in time, would you play Val Kilmer?
If I could go back in time, I would pull him aside and let him in on the joke.
And then do it?
Well, I just think it would have been funnier had he known what the song says.
Sure.
Okay, so let me finish, and then I think everybody will understand.
Got it.
But he gets on there, and Jimmy goes, so coming up is Bowling for Soup, and, they have a song on here called Val Kilmer, and he goes, I know, it's great. And so I'm like, oh boy. So he has his son Jack there. We take pictures with his son and stuff. And all I can think about the whole time I'm up there playing my song.
I'm going to name my son Jack.
I think Jack already lived by then. But what? No, he did. No, I thought to myself, they're going to fucking get in that limo. And he's going to be like, dude, let's check out this fucking song about me. Come on. Pop it in there. And now here's the punchline of the whole thing, is that I say he sucked as Batman, but I've never fucking seen him as Batman. I just went on what everybody was saying. So it'd be like me right now being like, fucking Journey in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, they fucking suck.
But did you go to New Mexico or no?
I didn't. No, I didn't. I've been invited to a lot of places. I haven't gone to a lot of them. Some of them I have.
Are you worried that they're going to do freaky sex stuff?
No, it's not that at all. No, it's more just like I already know what it's like to co-write with someone.
Because when I was bartending, I had this couple ask me to come back to their place. And
Oh, no.
That's different.
I've had that a few times as well. And of course I went. I mean, but not really.
Yeah, I got, my wife thinks you're super pretty. Also, we have a boat.
You got to stay away from boat people, by the way. That's a thing. Michelle Mayrick is the girlfriend in this. She's the nerdy girlfriend.
Got it.
With the bowl cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Jordan.
She was in Outsiders, and she was also in Valley Girl. But was
she the friend of
Cherry? That's right. But
She's in Revenge of the Nerds too.
And
Judy.
That's right. So our biggest performance by her is Revenge of the Nerds. I could call my sorority sisters. They're really spontaneous people. Gabriel Jaret, who spells his last name wrong with 2 R's. I was super surprised to see that he's still an actor, to be honest. He's so awkward in this movie. Maybe he was just that much of a genius. But he's done a bunch of stuff. I mean, he's a working actor. Nothing of...
he looks really different now, too.
He does. I mean, it's like the nose took over.
Yeah.
It's almost like he got punched a couple of times.
He was in, Apollo 13 or something.
He was. Yeah. William Atherton, who we have talked about a lot of times, Ghostbusters and Die Hard, plays the same character at a different position every single time.
Yep.
That dude is such a dick, he's a genius. Like, you know that if you ever meet him, he's probably going to be like the nicest guy ever.
Or he's just a dick.
Yeah. Now, John Grease played Laszlo. Anybody know his biggest part that you would recognize him as?
Napoleon Dynamite?
That's right. Uncle Rico. He is Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
He was in Get Shorty.
He was Ronnie
tons of
Limo
stuff
driver.
in that in just his career. So Patty D'Arbanville was in the movie with Chevy Chase called Modern Problems. One of my favorite movies that my parents took me to see that they shouldn't have when I was a kid. And I was in fucking love with this lady. Like, just absolutely in love. She played this character, Darcy. And then she went on to she was in a ton of soap operas and just bit parts here and there.
She's the blonde scientist lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, she has a crazy backstory. She was discovered by Andy Warhol.
Now, that is crazy.
When she was 13, she was a DJ at some party.
So Andy Warhol had sex with her when he
That's not what he said.
She was in an Andy Warhol project.
That's not what he said.
And she's also the inspiration for Wild World by Cat Stevens. Because they were
nice. See, that makes sense because
when she was 13,
I think she was.
Stop it. Now, Robert Prescott is in this movie as well. He's the last guy that I'm going to mention. He plays Kent. This dude is a fucking genius actor because he just knows exactly who he is and what his body is, and he's a freaky. He actually looks like my shrink, to be honest. Like, but this is exactly what. If you're like everyone, like, I wonder what a therapy session is like for Jaret. It's me talking to Kent with no braces. And every once in a while, he just fucking like goes into something about his diet. You know, just like, yeah, I have to eat sausage forever now because I'm lactose intolerant.
What's your thoughts on therapy? My thing is they never remember anything I said from the previous week.
They write it down, actually. You just don't
they don't
know.
fucking write it down. I have to come in and repeat everything I said the week before, and that's why I won't go.
I don't have that experience. In my experience,
so they remember everything.
I've been to 3 therapists in my life. And they have a grasp on everything when I walk in the room. So how is this going? Dude,
Okay.
my medical doctor
That's
does
what
that.
that's my expectation.
I see my medical doctor maybe every 6 months, but for sure every year. And I walk in. So last time we talked, this was going on, and this and this and this, and you know,
Man,
this.
my doctors suck. Like, last time I was in there, because I've been sick for fucking ever, apparently, because we say it on the podcast all the time, which makes me sound like I'm dying, and I'm not. I went in there, and I was like, well, I'm sick, I've got this, and she's, like, not even listening. She's like, cool, we'll just get you a steroid shot. I'm like, I had one of those, like, 2 weeks ago. Aren't you supposed to wait, like, every 3 months? And she's like, you're sick, aren't you? Yes, get the steroid shot.
I feel like they're just trying to.
Fine.
They're trying to get you in and out.
So that's why I'm so muscular.
You have good therapy.
You have good therapists.
Dude.
You know,
you have good therapists.
Rich, when they ask you to take your pants off, they're not real therapists.
The thing is that, like, even... God, I mean,
Or
I even feel like
photographers.
my dental hygienist and I are Facebook friends, so that doesn't count.
The one you think is super hot?
She is so hot. Well, she's got a lazy eye. It's my thing. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
It is a thing.
She could be listening to this right now. She just got married, though. She's super happy. And I don't know. I can't explain. I like the one Dixie chick with the fucked up eye. I like Aaron Bernard on CNN. You know, I mean, like, it's just it's a thing about a lazy eye. I don't get it. But, you know.
I try to fake it. I just can't.
The thing is that, like, but I think that you've just been to the wrong therapist. Because,
obviously.
Because when I walk in, there's no repeating.
That's my expectation every time, and I'm like, I already said this.
Maybe
Why am I
you're
telling you this again?
Maybe you're just boring.
That's
like,
true.
I feel like one time I went to this therapist in Louisville, like, years ago, and, like, I still bet that he sits around wondering, like, what happened to me because he wants to hear the rest of the story. Like, you know, like, I feel like he's still like, what the fuck?
Does it help? I've never been to a therapist.
I don't know that you would really benefit from it. I feel like you therapeutize yourself all the time.
Really?
You know,
It's too late.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
No,
like,
you can
haven't-
charge people to sit in your house
Yeah,
and be zen.
I don't feel like you have any fucking problems. It's like you have like mental shit.
He
Like,
said,
yeah, I don't know.
I do.
Anybody could benefit from things.
I always say that, like,
anytime you
I
can
think
talk about
therapy is an
something.
oil change. I think even if you don't think there's anything wrong, like, you go, you talk it out, and then by the end you're like, ah!
By the end, you're all
and you
lubed
feel
up.
fine,
It's
and then you
great.
get hammered and you forget it ever happened.
Could
On
be.
the inside.
Anyway, so Robert Prescott. So when I was in the 5th grade, my dad never had to, like, keep up with me. You know, my mom did everything, but just for whatever reason, I got sick. My dad had to take me to the doctor, and it's the one time ever. And he had absolutely had no idea what the fuck to do with me. So he's like, I'm in 5th grade. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. You want to go to the movies? Sure. What do you want to see? Bachelor party. All right, let's go. My dad took me to see Bachelor Party in the 5th grade, and we sat there and watched that shit the middle of the day. And I mean, this actor is so great in that movie. Those of you who have never seen Bachelor Party, it's got to be in the top 5 comedies of all time. And it's when Tom Hanks was still funny, and what the fuck is her name? Tawny Katane still had like amazing boobies. I'm sure they're still amazing. I mean, they're boobs.
I don't know. I think they're fake.
It's just like her. I mean, her face is fake, but
the face is the last thing to go. If her face is fake, her boobs are definitely
really.
fake.
I would think the vagina, but I don't know anything about the female anatomy.
Dr. Hathaway, I saw your show the other night on radioactive isotopes, and I've got a question for you.
Yeah?
Is that your real hair?
Yeah. Tell you, is Mitch by any chance adopted?
Oh, I know.
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
Look, if I don't get something to eat, I'm going to die. Come on.
Bye, Dr. Hathaway.
Give it.
I'll see you later, honey.
They're really all right. It's just sometimes they have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm sure about that. So tell me, Mitch, are you going to miss your friends?
Well, no. I think I intimidated the kids.
Good boy. Mitch, there's something you're going to have to understand. Compared to you, most people have the IQ of a carrot.
So first of all, even the lines from the bad guy are hilarious. Compared to you, everybody else has the IQ of a carrot is fucking hilarious, by the way. Because carrots are not that intelligent. Not a lot of people know that. They're good for your eyes. You can boil them in orange juice. They're delicious. Whatever.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what my friend Todd Rafter's grandma used to do before baseball practice.
I bet you they're delicious like that.
It was fucking amazing. Let's try it.
Because they're sweet and they get sweeter.
Experiment tomorrow. We're boiling baby carrots in orange juice.
Do you have orange juice?
I've never put anything in orange juice besides
I've got
alcohol.
Carrots. Let's do it.
All right. So I got a question. And I'm being serious. And so I'm gonna look to Becky on this. Like, are there kids that are like really, really fucking smart and their parents are just total idiots?
It does happen.
Yeah.
But more often than not, when you're sitting in a parent-teacher conference, you're thinking apple, tree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You're seeing exactly why this kid cuts in line every second of the day. Is you're
Right.
seeing the
And
exact
that makes
same.
sense. Yeah.
But, I've seen a couple where I think, man, this kid probably
something
pays the bills at home.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
make sure they don't get evicted and that sort of thing.
Taxes,
yeah.
Something kicked in there. And were you ever in the science fair, Rich? I feel like you had to have been in the science fair.
I did the stupid volcano.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
damn
no,
it.
that's so not good.
So how did you...
Don't do that.
So kids can't even do that anymore, right? Like, that's not even a thing.
I mean, baking. Really, how many volcanoes have the baking soda
Right.
out of the top?
So you did the volcano. What else? That's it?
That's it. That's the only one I
Jack
remember.
asked me whenever we were in Hobby Lobby looking for something for a school project, and they had those like big cardboard, like 3-piece boards that kind of like stand up,
Yeah.
And he walks by and he's like, "Oh, they've got these things," talking about something, and I was like, "Oh, I never had to use those. I was never in the science fair." And he just looked at me like, "What the fuck is the science fair?"
It's a science fair. Right.
Either way, I never went to one, and clearly he did not either. So,
I mean, I remember everybody getting ready for him or whatever, and you'd have a deal where you would like pull a thing over to one side, and a light would light up or whatever.
yeah, but like at my age, like my generation, like you bought the kit at Hobby Lobby and called it your science fair
that
project.
makes sense. Do they still have science fairs?
They have more like investigations and setups where every kid participates now.
Right.
So they don't.
And
have
now
their
they
own
build
things.
fucking robots and shit.
Well, yeah, they have
right?
like
That's the
clubs and
problem.
classes for like specific kids that are interested
You
in
can
things.
take
and
a
they actually
class
take
or
it.
a camp and build a robot.
Oh, my cousin Reese. You know Reese? That's
Yes,
what he
I
does.
did.
He's done
Eagle
robotics.
Scout just got his driver's license. Shout out to Reese.
Yeah, fucking robotics. Like, first I thought he was going to be a serial killer, but now I'm pretty positive he's just going to be a millionaire. Like,
Yeah,
one
he
or
can
the
still
other.
go back. He can still
I
go
know.
back. You
Those
never know.
things
He got
aren't
himself like
mutually
a super cute
100%.
girlfriend over
Millionaire
like the
serial
last
killer.
break.
Sounds
Like,
good to me.
Yeah, but we're still not convinced that either Rich or Will are not
well, I'm
serial
saying,
killers.
like, when you're like wonder, like it's like whenever you play the game, like, is that guy gay or just super churchy? Like, you know, like that thing. But like, it's the same thing except for it's like, is he a serial killer or
Not that there's anything wrong with either of those.
or is he a genius?
Super churchy.
Dude, the thing about that game is you got to add or both. Is he gay, super churchy,
But you know
or
what I'm
both?
talking about? Like, you meet
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I meet like lots of people in my industry, and like you like
Sure.
get people sit down, and I'm like, oh, like I get it. And then I meet his
I
wife,
just
and I'm
love
like, what?
Jesus Christ.
And then they're like,
So-
have you gone to the village church? And I'm like, I will now because you are fabulous.
I got to give a shout out to another podcast. I've been listening to this podcast, Generation Y, lately.
and I'm listening to it in reverse because they basically take. I love true crime, so they essentially take a murder and they tell you the story, like from beginning to end. But it's amazing how they do. They've got it figured out. They're great, like back and forth, because they only give you as much information as you need to get to one step to the other, and it's great. Like you never know how it's going to turn out, and just listening to the stories are great. But I fucking could have sworn both of them were gay when it first started, and both of them are married and just not gay, and so you just can't tell by someone's fucking voice or
I didn't say voice though, but you know which personality I'm talking about. Right?
How do you know they're not gay?
Well, we've thought you were gay forever, and you've been married 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced completely, but whatever, it's fine.
Hence the 3 marriages.
Yeah, I mean, they don't work out, so
could be.
By the way, Carrie brought 3 9-packs of beer, so I will be taking a nap tomorrow. That's what I'm getting at here.
This will be the unaired Game of Thrones episode all over again.
Different podcast, by the way. Completely. So,
I know it was this podcast, but you're doing like a side project.
Anyone who ever wanted to hear our fucking other podcast called, what's it called? Idiot Box. We fucking had it all set up, and we were doing our first episode, and drunk Casey came in here, and we're all in different locations.
I went to Gloria's.
And laid on that red couch and just sabotaged the whole fucking thing. But here's the thing. Her dad is one of the other characters, and her dad's best friend, Rich, is the other guy. So nobody's going to say anything, and I'm just literally just like, I don't know what to do, guys. I mean, like, everything we say.
We were doing video, and we were all in our own homes doing it over Skype, and she would just be rattling off shit left and right, and you just kept looking in the camera going,
I don't know what to do.
It was a really long night. I didn't intend on coming in here, but I went to Gloria's, and I never not end up in trouble if we go to Gloria's.
What are you doing?
Did y'all release that?
What are you doing? No. We never released it.
And you never will, or I'll fucking kill it.
No, I mean, actually, I think that was the fucking catalyst to destroy the show. That was it.
You're literally the catalyst.
Dr. Dunn. The one who just designed our brand new telecom satellite.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. Telcom. Isn't that the satellite that's raining debris all over Europe?
Why is that toy on your head?
Because if I wear it anywhere else, it chafes. I'm sorry. It's just that I didn't want you guys to think I was stuffy. No fun. All brain, no penis.
Pardon me?
I'm sorry. It's just an infantile response to authority.
Yes, you are Chris Knight, aren't you?
I hope so. I'm wearing his underwear.
It's a joke. I get it. That's funny.
Well, I just can't help it. You guys are such fun yourselves.
Well, we try to be. Isn't that right, Mike?
No.
I just think, I mean, this movie is so hard for me to even watch because I just giggle the whole time. So, Rich, let us have it. You hate it?
I didn't hate it. Obviously, I'd seen it before. I had very fond memories of it. I remembered a couple of lines from it, and one I use all the time, which is "I drank what." I say that all
Socrates.
Which is weird because there were so many better lines in there that I wish I had remembered and used all the time.
It's basically like it was if a camera followed Casey around and just got her under the breath comments for something everybody says the whole time. That's Chris Knight because that's who I live with.
Right.
And he hates it.
I don't hate it.
Why can't you just fucking let me finish this sentence?
Hold on. I don't hate it. I love it, and I love you, and I think you're hilarious, and you're literally the funniest person I've ever met. It's just I can't talk to her about anything without I can say this. Okay, babe. August 4th, I have a show in Austin.
Oh, that's weird. I have the same show that same day. So we'll probably have to figure out a schedule with the kids because I'll be busy that day doing a show in Austin.
Exactly. That's my life. Or it's like, I got asked to do this. Well, I never get asked to do that. Why don't I get asked to do that? Maybe I'll do that. Oh,
I ever showed you my Jimmy Kimmel tape?
Or I'm like, hey, I'm getting paid like such and such amount of money to play this thing or whatever. Like, why can't I make that? Maybe I'll go out there and do that show. It's the same thing or whatever. That's literally my life. But that's Chris Knight.
Yeah.
And I thought it was way funnier from him than I do from my wife, because Chris Knight is a hard person to be married to. It really... No, I'm just joking. I love it. What I'm saying is everything he says is hilarious to me. Everything.
I'm with Carrie, though. This time around, it wasn't funny enough to keep my attention. I don't know if it was just that I had better expectations for the movie. It didn't hold up for me as well as I thought it was going to.
Are you kidding?
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I love the one-liners.
I completely disagree.
I thought the characters were all good. It just had that 80s slowness, I guess, to it.
Okay, so this was my first time seeing the movie Real Genius. I had no expectations. I had no idea what this is about. I didn't know Val Kilmer was in it. I did not know anything about this movie. And I told Jaret, I was like, I think that this movie might be my top 10 favorite movies of all time now, after watching this for the first time. Like, it made me happy the whole time. And the last movie I can remember that maybe made me, like, I was like, holy shit, it's a recent movie that I can, like, put up there was, like, Detroit Rock City. Like, I fucking loved this movie. I was so surprised. Because I told him, I said, I actually think it held up really well. I didn't think most of it was cheesy.
It's never not funny. Then you get that glimpse of him sitting on the roof after he's been called down. We'll talk about it in a bit. But where he actually acts, and you get that, oh shit, that's Val Kilmer that we're going to see for the next 40 years. Right there, like after the Socrates line, where he's like, it's over, Mitch, whatever. Man, I actually think this movie is so well written that it's punchline after punchline after punchline after punchline. It's like, I think different things are funny each time I watch it. So, because now I actually know all of Chris Knight's lines so well that I started thinking about other things that other people say, and like the dude that does the ice on the floor that we'll talk about in a minute or whatever. Like, if you go and watch him reacting to things, it's like everything he says is hilarious. Like, they fucking fine-tune this movie, and it's great.
Back when we were first starting, we talked about this one in Weird Science because, they're obviously the names are very similar. And at that point in time, I was going, well, Real Genius is way better than Weird Science. But now I'm definitely Weird Science is better.
Man,
than Real
I
Genius.
so disagree.
Well, and essentially they're the same movie. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But like, there's a layout for the 80s comedy where we do this. Funny problem, problem, and let's go on this fucking mission. We have to have this mission thing. Let's wrap it all up, and then there's fucking kitchen sink at the end. That's the 80s formula. It's like 80s movie.
And I didn't hate it. I'm very clear.
I'm way off of like even what you thought about, because I think.
Well, I just want to be clear.
I think you're going to laugh at the lines that we get to or whatever. But I just don't think this movie was instrumental in shaping your comedy as it was me, and that's why I'm fucking funnier than you.
That's probably why.
Okay, Will, what'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
first time.
No, I've seen it a million times.
Oh, okay.
I actually saw it 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Why?
Because I knew we were going to do it, and it was on TV.
Yeah.
So
they're showing it on Sundance.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I caught it in the middle of the night, like halfway through, and I'm like, oh shit, I should see if this is coming on again and record it. So I watched half of it, and then I watched it recorded, and I was like, you know what, I need to rent it and watch the real version, because they always screw it up on TV, right? They always cut things out. Or
Do they do that on Sundance, though? Do they actually edit shit?
Well, I'm kicking myself for buying it because it was the same movie.
Yeah, because Sundance is cable, right?
But us and Rich, he always watches different movies than us, and vice
It's
versa.
because he gets his shit off of illegal sites and shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I really liked it because it was very 80s nostalgic. So I really liked that, and it has the best montages. I think like 4 montage scenes.
Oh, we'll talk about that in just a minute.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, Carrie, you just couldn't get it? You just didn't think it was funny?
It's the first time I'd ever watch it. I think maybe because I was tired, maybe.
No, that's not why.
But
it's because it did not say the word fuck.
Well,
and you will not watch a movie.
That has a lot to do with it.
But you like comedy.
Science.
Yeah.
I love Weird Science.
Yeah.
But, most of the time if it don't say fuck, I'm really not interested. But it's one of those movies, I start watching, I can do without it. But if I get into a movie, she's got to shut up. You know what I mean? I want to hear every single word of the movie.
Yeah, we have that problem.
Yeah, this one didn't quite capture that.
grasp you.
You're 12 years old, right?
I'm 15.
Are you expecting him or?
Yeah, any minute now. Can I get you something?
I'm supposed to take a look at your work up to date. Check it over.
Check it over.
Well, yes.
For what?
Mistakes, I guess. He said you guys were stuck.
No. Let's get something very clear here. Okay? When Jerry's not here, you do what I say. It goes from God to Jerry to me. Get it? Hello, Jerry.
I told you before, Kent, you don't get to use my first name.
Did I?
So he so shines in this that he's such a great villain.
Yeah, he's great.
Such a great villain. I mean, he's just. Awesome.
I think he deserves a lot of credit.
This scene reminds me of, well, I'd like to point out that Mitch, I was really, really pleasantly surprised at the fact that his character was not whiny or really defeated. I mean, like, very briefly defeated.
Correct, yeah.
Whiny?
No, he holds it together great.
He had like a tiny thing, but it wasn't like he's this kid walking in, he's so confident in his work. Of course, he had like a little mini breakdown.
And he's turned around by like some guy giving him a pep talk.
He thinks these shitty people, and he's not like the guy that walks in and he's too smart to think that people are funny for fucking making an ice rink. Like, I think that's cool. So, but like, it was awesome because like this scene just reminded me of being, I worked at a bookstore from 14 to 18. And at one point when I was somewhere between like 15 and 16, the owner of the bookstore hired somebody to work with me once a week. Right. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like she can help like sort the books, blah, blah, blah. I've got like 2 years of experience in here. I ran the whole store by myself. It was just me and that place. It was tiny. And the lady walks in and she's fucking like 67 years old. And I'm supposed to be her boss and I'm like 15. So just make sure to tell her that, you know, to go ahead and sort this way, to do this stuff. And I like walked up to that lady one time and I'm like, okay, so what we need to do is, and she shot me a look and I was like, just fucking kidding. Like, you know, like, you're the boss. Like, you're clearly my grandma now, and you make the rules. So, I don't know. Just having a little kid walk in and making the rules was like an interesting concept.
What's all this supposed to be? This is ice. This is what happens to water when it gets too cold. This is Kent. This is what happens to people when they get too sexually frustrated.
This should keep you busy for a while.
This plus your regular class load should turn your brains to tapioca in less than a month. Oh, Kent, that is so unfair. And we were going to make you king of the winter carnival.
Yeah? Oh, ha, ha, ha. And I suppose you're in on this, too. Did you make this stuff?
I'm not saying.
Well, who's going to clean it up?
You don't have to. It's going to go from solid form directly to gas.
Yeah, he's like, and then he's just like, yeah, well, what do you think, Knight? There's a new stud around here or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're probably smarter than me, but can you do this? He like fucking tries to do some crazy dance and the ice melts and then it just, melted.
It doesn't melt.
No, he just slides up the
you're
ramp.
Right.
Yeah.
What's it called when it goes from a solid to a gas?
Oh, shit.
Evaporation.
No, sublimation.
God damn it, fucking shit,
here.
Will.
I teach evaporation.
No, this is another good character development in my opinion because
That's
just like
water to gas.
Just like Mitch going into it.
Right. Damn, I'm going to get fired.
And he isn't super, intimidated by these like funny people.
Yeah, but he rolls out, but I love this. I love where you're going with it because he goes out and he falls into the ice, and Val Kilmer comes up on his knees and just like, smart people on ice.
Yeah,
just like,
I like
this sounds amazing.
I like when Kent tells Val Kilmer that like, this guy's smarter than you are.
Yeah,
it's not an immediate hatred or even an intimidation. He's just like, well, fuck it, I can slide on ice. Like, who cares? Like, he doesn't care at all.
Who else can
like,
do that?
It's like two really cool character developments, and there was never really a huge conflict between the two of them. And I like
you
that.
see the fact that he's accepting him no matter what, which is great. And
I wish I had that.
Acceptance. You've just done it. Tomorrow we're doing fucking carrots and orange juice, buddy.
I forgot. I can turn poop to gas.
So the girlfriend bobsleds in, fucking genius, because she just gets up, she's so frustrated, she didn't make it very far, like, I've got to do this, and she fucking talks faster than you, Casey. Jesus Christ.
That's a challenge.
That is a fucking challenge.
Oh, hi, good morning. I thought I saw you come in here. We met last night. Remember, I had the sled with me? I'm Jordan. Oh, here, I made you a sweater.
Last night?
Yeah, it's just something I do with my hands. I hope I got the size right. I'm pretty sure I did. I have a brother, and I use him for a sizing comparison. And I have a pretty good eye for that sort of thing, so I just went ahead and made you one because, I was up. Are you peeing?
Yeah.
Oh, I never sleep. I don't know why. I had a roommate, and I drove her nuts. I mean, really nuts. They had to take her away in an ambulance and everything. But she's okay now, but she had to transfer to an easier school. But I don't know if that had anything to do with being my fault. But listen, if you ever need to talk, you need help studying, just let me know, because I'm just a couple doors down from you guys, and I never sleep, okay?
Thanks, I will.
Are you done?
I can't start.
Because I'm here?
I think so.
So, what used to make me laugh so hard on this scene when I was a kid was just like she just going like, they made you a sweater, I'm do this, and then if you're up, whatever, are you peeing? And I used to think that was the funniest shit ever. And you know that it's so amazing they found this guy that could act this part, and his voice hasn't changed yet, but he looks mature, like he looks 15. But obviously his voice hasn't changed. I mean, that had to have been a tough casting because even you're in there, you're in this dorm with 21-year-old. I don't even know if that's legal now.
Yeah, I think Jordan was 19, right?
Yeah. And so that's statutory rape, by the way. So we have found a fucking loophole.
Do you ever get pee shyness?
Pee shot? Yes.
I was waiting to bring that up.
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst.
All right. So
do you have that? Who else has that?
Okay. So here's the thing. I had it for a really long time.
I'm betting anything that Carrie has never felt pee shyness ever.
Never.
I'm going to need an explanation for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I knew it. He's like Shaq. Even if his dick is small, it's huge.
Usually when I'm pee shy, it's probably I'm next to like Carrie.
All right. So I had it for a really long time, like a really long time.
You can get rid of it?
Yeah, I basically...
We need to go to that seminar.
Now
I just got back. What are we talking about?
Is it after you've shown everyone your penis on the bus?
No, I have a thing now where I hypnotize myself, like before I go in.
What?
And like when I walk in, like I know exactly what's happening. I know,
is this because you had a good therapist?
I was about to ask.
No.
Who's your therapist?
I literally couldn't pee in front of people for a while.
I have never had that problem.
And
so now
I would go in and literally like in an airport, and there'd be like all dudes, and I would just fake pee, like put it up, wash my hands.
Same here.
Yeah.
But now, no, I don't do that. I have a thing where I just have a preparatory thing that I do in my head. I try to get the pee as close to the end of my wiener as I can without it going out. And then I get up there and I like focus on one spot on the wall.
You ever try milking
your
it?
pee?
No, I prep my pee in my mind, and that you can control where your pee is. So, like, I prep my pee. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to let you into the middle of my penis.
Pee prepper.
And then I'm going to let you. Okay, you're right at the end now. Okay, don't go any further than that. We're about 3 guys back now, and then here we go.
Myself.
And all right, there we go. And then now, when you get up there, it will crawl back up a little bit. You can't let that get you down.
Don't pinch it
It
off.
doesn't need to go upstream. That seems unhealthy.
Well, it's fuck. If a salmon jumps in there, it's bad. Now but if you're just going pee, you can basically be like, okay,
this
now just
really
relax for a second, and then it'll start to. I'm actually making myself pee right now, and I don't mean to. So I didn't really want to take a break, but the thing is, you can talk yourself through it. It's just you can't. No, you can't. You don't. The thing is that here's the thing that really makes it work for you. Peripheral vision makes dicks look bigger.
It has nothing to do with the size of a man's dick.
It does, though, because I know you're worried that yours looks small.
No, that's not what I'm worried about.
So my thing is like I like see it in my peripherals, and I'm like, oh man, that's got to be at least 3 inches smaller than I think.
Here's the huge difference between me and you. You're looking at other men's dicks at the urinal. I'm not.
Yeah, but they're all looking at yours.
I'm like super focused on whatever is directly in front of me.
So good for you.
I can't pee look, I'm at work. We have our bathroom set up as one urinal, literally one. It's in its own little cubby. The sinks are behind. Next to me is a stall.
Okay.
And then next to that one is a big handicap stall.
Okay.
If I walk in the bathroom and anyone's in either stalls, I leave, I go to the next floor.
That is
you
ridiculous.
can go in the handicap stall.
No. I'm saying if someone's in the bathroom and I
you
just
have
need
to
to go
pee
to
in
the
the
urinal
handicap?
and pee, I'll leave and go to the next floor.
Do you pee sitting down when you get there or whatever?
No.
You don't get on your phone for a while and shit? Or
I mean, maybe you're just more professional than I am, but like at my job, we have one bathroom there, which does suck sometimes because we do have
Yeah, but then you can
Yeah,
close
no
the
one's
door.
there.
Yeah,
No one's there. That's
no
what we're
problem.
talking about.
It doesn't matter. Like
Oh, it matters.
girls will like be like, "Hey, can you come into the bathroom real quick?" And they're like on the toilet taking a shit, and they're just like, "Hey, let me show you this funny YouTube video." And you're like, "Oh,
No, that's a completely different.
So
environment.
are stadium troughs still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
The worst. I won't go.
I don't even
wet
think
my
women
hands
even
in the
understand
parking
it.
lot or something.
It's just an open trough.
Yeah, I can do it now.
There's
As
no
close
divide.
as you can get to someone.
There's no
people will be
dividers.
next to you.
Took me several years. I have like a
horrible.
whole thing that I go through, like where I focus my eyes, and I just piss
Yeah,
my
we
pants.
know where you focus your eyes. It's to the left and to the right.
No, that's my peripheral. I'm a karate man.
Oh my god.
I don't think maybe we haven't discussed this. I'm a fucking karate man. I have peripheral vision.
Your head is facing forward, but you're doing this.
Right. Well, I can see the shadow. I can see the shadows of the dick.
Did you know there's a guy living in our closet?
You seen him too?
Who is he?
Holyfeld.
Why does he keep going into our closet?
Why do you keep going into our closet?
To get my clothes. But that's not why he goes in there.
Of course not. He's twice your size. Your clothes would never fit him.
Yeah?
Think before you ask these questions, Mitch. 20 points higher than me? Thinks a big guy like that can wear his clothes?
This is where I realize, and hopefully the clips from now forward show that Val Kilmer's character is Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
He
she actually
is.
put this.
No,
she put
like
this
listen
together.
to it.
It's
Just the
so
way he
good.
says, just the way he speaks,
Right.
and the like, what is that? Not what, where, like that type of stuff.
Mhm.
He is Willy Wonka.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's one line after one line. I mean, it's essentially you.
No, but it's the way
but
he
as like a
speaks.
super smart
This
dude
thing, just the, I mean,
who's
this,
going to get
this,
like a fucking crazy job at like
this
NASA
kind of
and shit.
banter, and clearly he's a genius. Just the way he speaks from this point on, if you just listen to the clips, he's Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder.
So I used to think that this whole cutting liquid nitrogen that was frozen and putting it into a vending machine was like something we could do. And I mean, I looked all over for it. You can't just buy it.
It's not
more
liquid nitrogen.
expensive to buy the liquid nitrogen.
It wasn't liquid
Yeah.
nitrogen. It was dry ice in a container of liquid nitrogen.
Oh,
It's
man.
dry ice.
Sorry, science-y.
Sorry.
Okay. I used to try to get slugs from construction sites and put them in quarter
I
machines or
think you
whatever.
just drill a hole in them, put a string on it.
Yeah.
In there.
We tried that, yeah. Yeah.
Literally, this is for real. My parents were in a bowling league when I was little, and me and my sister, we would try to stay out of trouble while my parents were bowling. And they had an awesome arcade with all the cool arcade games and whatever. And there was a change machine, and we were like, you know what? I'm going to fucking draw a dollar bill on one of these blue pieces of paper that they use to take score, and I'm going to put it into the money machine.
And see what happens.
It worked.
What?
It fucking worked, and I felt so bad. I was
You
like,
were counterfeiting?
yes, I was like, I'm so sorry. I put a paper thing in there, and it gave me these quarters, and here are the quarters. I'm so sorry.
Oh
Totally
my
worked.
gosh, that never would have been what I
But
would
this
have
is
done.
like 83, right?
I
This
would
is
have
like-
put 4 more quarters in there, and then like 5 years later, still been at that bowling alley smoking by the jukebox. Like that would have been my life.
You beat the system.
So the best thing that happens here is something that Will brought up earlier, and it's a big one. All right, so we have
a motherfucking monster.
we have all of the recorders set in the class. Then all of a sudden, it's a bunch of jam boxes. Next thing you know, it's just like even the fucking teacher is putting a fucking
I love that.
That was one of my
that
favorites.
quarter trick that Val Kilmer can do is maybe the coolest fucking thing that I've ever seen in my life.
That's probably why I love this movie so much. And he did that in Top Gun too.
Yes, I did with a poker chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
why
never saw
can't, I mean,
Top
like,
Gun.
but here's the thing: like, how do they? When does he have time to do that?
I can do it one way on the right, and then it falls off. I tried for years.
Can
I
you really?
practiced.
How does
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fucking figure that
So
shit out.
did anyone have an awesome boombox growing up?
Oh,
Yes. Oh man.
I love my boombox.
I walked up and down the street playing Bark at the Moon.
Me too. Same exact fucking song. Swear to God. And I had to have it like on my
Yeah.
ear,
Oh, yeah.
like fucking on my shoulder, in my ear. It screams, break the silence. And I didn't know the words. I was like, pocket the boat. I fucking just, I didn't care. All right, so I love the, so he calls him in. He's like, hey, Mr. Joggerson, or whatever he calls him. And he goes, you still run? Jaret Reddick line, only when chased. The fucking best. Like, who the fuck runs anymore? Honest, I have dreams where I can't run. Never.
I can't run either of my dreams, by the way.
What? Do you get the slow leg thing?
Yeah, it's the slow leg.
I get the slow punching when you're trying to beat somebody up.
Yeah, I have that too.
Fuck, that's the worst.
I don't get that, but the slow leg thing.
You've never tried to punch somebody in a dream? It's like you're underwater. Ooh,
I get this.
You want to beat them up so bad.
Here's what I get. I get two things. I get the slow legs where I just can't run away or chase someone. And I get the thing where which is super weird because I didn't really spank my kids. But I get the thing where I'm spanking my kids and I just can't hit them.
Yes, that's the underwater
That's the
thing.
same thing. You can't.
Yeah.
I can never punch someone for real.
But here's the
it's
thing:
like beating somebody up. But
underwater doesn't count for me though, because I'm an underwater karate black belt.
I can UFC style choke someone out though. That's one thing I've been able to win fights in my dreams because I could never punch anyone ever.
I've like crushed
But
my
now
face
I'm
in with a
able
rock.
to rear naked choke anyone, like anybody in my dream. I always win the fight because I rear naked choke them.
Like even if the dream isn't violent, you just go that path sometimes. Like it's like a really nice dream. Everyone's relaxed, and you're just like, fucking take this.
Don't eat that. Don't you know that eating that stuff can give you very large breasts? Oh my God. I'm too late.
So they got the laser beam thing or whatever, and I thought this was a really sweet move by Chris Knight to do to set this up. No, I'm being serious. Like he went in, he knew he was working. That takes time. There's a lot of mirrors and fucking shit going around to get him to this party and to make that laser spell out Tanning Invitational.
Well, and all the sand had to be brought in. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a big commitment
A
on
lot.
his part. Yeah.
And the orchestra pit is lined with plastic. We're all diving in. Jesus Christ, it looks fucking awesome.
You think I could pull off that line?
No.
Don't eat that. No? You don't think I could do it?
But it's one of the better lines.
I really like that line. I was like, I'm totally using that fucking line.
But
you have to say it with so much confidence.
That's the thing.
Like you'd fuck it up and sound like an asshole.
Totally fuck it up.
You know, you
No, I'm
shouldn't.
telling you.
You shouldn't
eat that.
There's
You
a
shouldn't.
level of alcohol. If I get to that point, like my tongue is just gold. Like it just says everything.
Just advertise that.
You know, literally, I've never talked some girl at some anything to get her to go home with me for any reason at all. That's just never happened.
I'm just a girl, so I could just be like, I have a vagina. And then
And guys are like, come with me.
And they're just like, that's
literally
a good idea.
It's weird because it's kind of an out-of-body experience when I'm in that groove. Because it is rare. I'm not trying to say that it's very rare. But when it happens, I'm like outside of myself, listening to myself, and everyone's just responding, and I'm going, holy shit.
I would love to watch that video from an outsider's perspective sober, because I bet it's not that good.
No,
That's how I felt the Game of Thrones episode was going.
It doesn't really matter because if they're in it, it's like this little bubble. We're all in the bubble. If you're outside the bubble, who cares? It's not your problem.
I love that one of the
Her
nerdy
husband.
guys coming in to this one is like the bad guy from Karate Kid. It's Yuji Okamoto, but he's also the guy from Better Off Dead that's like, and now...
This is Howard Cosell.
Yeah, this is Howard Cosell. Anyway, he's so evil in fucking Karate Kid 2, but in this, he's just one of the nerds that the only chance he's ever gonna have sex is this night, and that's it.
The other nerd is Dean Devlin. Did you know that? Did you recognize
I
him?
did not know
Anyone know who Dean Devlin? Oh, okay, I guess I'm not.
No.
All right, never mind.
Who is he, Rich?
He's a super famous director. He did Independence Day and Independence Day 2. No, he did a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Dean Devlin, and he has a team, a producer, director team. Anyway, but they sort of invented that whole monument destruction porn in movies.
Ulrich or something like that?
Yes, Ulrich.
How come you're not necking? I'm not gay. No, partying. Oh, because I'm 19 and I'm brilliant and I'm hyperkinetic. So God's under the price. Possibly if I stopped to think about it, I'd be upset. I think you're very nice. I think you're nice too.
I was was just thinking about how to cut that bob the whole time. I was like, that was such a fun haircut. Like, nobody wants it right now, but I'd like to cut it.
Yeah.
Just a fun fact.
Other fun facts, she was born in 1962. She's from Vancouver, British Columbia, and she has 3 children.
I think she's hot. I just can't tell.
She actually gave up acting for Zen Buddhism. She moved to the Dominican Republic to be with her family members living there, and she basically became a Buddhist, and that's pretty much it.
How does Zen Buddhism pay? I wonder.
Jesus Christ.
Not good. She has no fucking credits or anything, and she's just off the fucking grids.
But is she happy?
Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
She's probably on drugs right now on the fucking highway.
Okay, you can't fucking just assume that. You can say it, you just can't assume. Nobody, I don't even think Buddhists do drugs. They just have like a
No,
There's like
actually,
a little,
that's one of the 8 precepts.
There's
You're
like
not
a
supposed
thing on your desk, and you just rake it with sand and put a rock in there.
100% positive that she got the idea while she was on drugs. It was a phase, and now she's just under an underpass somewhere.
No, it's not a phase. It's a laser.
One time I got invited to a Buddhist church meeting at a home, only I didn't know that's what I was invited to, because I was told I was going to dinner with my friend Aaron's family friend.
Jesus Christ.
And it was a...
This fucking Aaron.
He was the best.
I swear to God, dude. This guy comes up in more conversations. It's insane.
He was like my BFF. So he invited me to this house, and he's like, oh yeah, it's like a dinner, a family friend. No, like Buddhist temple meeting within a home while I'm wearing a Slipknot. If you're 5'5", I'm 6'6" shirt under a jacket, and they were like, "Can we take your jacket?" I'm like, "Please, God, no!"
I've gone to the largest Buddhist monastery in the Western Hemisphere several times. It's in Hacienda Heights, California.
What do you do there?
It was super nice.
It's beautiful.
Everybody was great.
I know, but what do you do there?
I just
You
walk
go,
around. It's
Nam
beautiful.
Yoho Renge Kyo, Nam Yoho
Yeah, I would think the
Renge
drugs
Kyo.
thing is not really
I
true
don't
because,
think so
like,
either.
the whole concept is consciousness.
Yeah.
Today, my
like-
son was walking
like to
around.
be aware of
my son
moment.
is he's 4, and he was walking around today going.
He did that all night.
And he doesn't even know what he's saying. And it's fucking crazy.
We should show him The Lion King. He's never seen it.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that. I think from the fucking Chipmunk movie.
Yeah, right. It's for you holding freaking Allie over your head and singing
Roadhouse.
Jordan said that Hathaway got down on you. What exactly did he, Let me hold on to that thought and get back to you.
Mom, are you there?
Baby, you sound upset. What's wrong?
I don't like it here anymore. I want to come home and live with you.
It's not for you to like. It's for you to do. You're 15 years old now.
Mom, I want to come home and live with you.
You want to live with me and Daddy?
Yeah, Dad. I want to go back to high school.
Honey, Daddy's rented out your room.
My room? Mom, to who?
You remember Mr. Vera? He's the plumber.
So I used to have this conversation memorized. And I think it really fucking affected me. Like, I hate this.
This made me so mad as a
makes
mom.
me really
Terrible.
anxious.
Terrible.
And just the way that, God, it makes me crazy.
It's summer camp. You call home to your parents. Like, they need to come get you. Like, sorry, I rented out your room. You're fucking 2 years older than Emma, who is our oldest child in this
15
house.
years old, and you're amongst adults, and, like, you rent out the room to the plumber?
Could you ever find yourself in a situation where you're married, your kids go off to college, and you rent a room out to someone?
He's only been there for, what, a month or two?
And he's
But what do you-
15.
I mean, but...
Well, actually, Everett is starting Montessori next month.
So you're renting
and
it
we're
out.
going to rent the shit out of his room.
Wait, does he stay there?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
cut
yeah.
out- you
It'll
cut
be
out
fine.
You cut out the funny part where he's like, I'll share it with him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He goes, can't we share it?
Gosh, this made me so mad.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Even the car in the bedroom, like, doesn't actually make me feel like it's justified. Like, that kid's gonna get made fun of the rest of his fucking life. And if it was my generation, like, no matter what his success is, like, that YouTube video would just fuck him over.
I didn't really think it was that bad of a trick. I mean, like, if I'm looking at it now and I'm
It's
me,
humiliating.
then, yeah, but now I'm just like, hey, I'm having a bad day, fuck faces. I'm going to pour Jello on my dick real quick. You know what I mean? Like, you can make up for...
Is that a thing?
You can just go, hey, Kent, remember when I built the laser and you fucking didn't?
Exactly.
No, but everyone just showed you crying to your mommy and you're 15 years old in college. Like,
Nobody
fuck
showed
that.
them.
Think if
They
Mark
just heard it. How do
Zuckerberg
they
had a
even know
video
who his voice is?
Because
of this.
What?
Think if Mark Zuckerberg had a video with this happening to him.
Who is Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh, my God. Never mind.
Facebook.
Oh, man.
And we're moving
When I
forward.
first came here for 3 years, I studied all the time.
You?
Yeah. And then one night, I was sitting in this chair right here. I had a vision.
What?
Holyfeld.
The guy in the closet?
Laszlo Holyfeld. And I followed him into the closet, down into the steam tunnels. And there I saw the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
What?
Holyfeld in his pajamas.
So?
So, I talked to him.
You did?
Yeah. And he used to be the #1 stud around here in the 70s. Smarter than you and me put together.
Well, so what happened? Did he crack?
Yes, Mitch, he cracked severely.
Jaret's opening a bill.
That one is hard to do. I got a bad angle with my new mic. I gotta figure that out. So, first of all, I love how they tie Laszlo into the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so great, and I remember loving the Laszlo story even as a kid. Just like he fucking entered the sweepstakes a fucking 1,000,006 times, however much, and he tried to win 37% of the prizes, but he got 32%, and he's gonna have to figure that out. You know, I mean, like
That's based on a real thing. Some Caltech guys did that.
well, I mean, isn't that
We just watched
Punch
a
Drunk
wife-
Love?
We just watched a wife swap about that.
I don't know, but it's real. They did. It was Burger King or something. It really happened with these guys in Caltech.
I will
Yeah.
say a funny phenomenon as far as watching this for the first time in 2016 and or 17, depending on when you listen to this.
Right.
When they told me that he was like the last smart guy from the 70s, I was like, oh, he's like fucking 45. Like, I just assumed. Because I didn't actually get a good look at him because he's from the 70s. So I was like, I expected him like kind of like an older guy, and then I'm like, well, this movie's from the 80s.
You know, this reminds me of something that I forgot to mention about Val Kilmer. At the time, he was the youngest person to be accepted in a Juilliard for acting when he was accepted. So it's kind of funny that these kids are coming into this school.
That is cool.
Young.
Absolutely. There are 10 things in the world that I want that I can't have.
Who's this Julie's Yard that you're getting?
And one of them, so again, 10 things that I want in the world that I can't have. And in the top 5 is a water cooler that's a fucking fish tank that I can actually get water out of.
I thought about recently that we should have that in our
I
house,
want
but
it.
not get water out of
I
it.
want it so bad. Like, I want to have a way, like, where I fill up water, but the fish are in there.
I got seriously fixated on that whole water cooler thing.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Because he was getting water out of it, and there's fish in the water. Obviously, you're not going to drink that. So I assume, like I dreamed this up in my head, I assume that there's some external water source that you're getting water out of, and then that's just the fishbowl.
Yeah,
on
that's
top.
just what it is.
Yeah, you could have an RO system in there. And
Right.
You fucking figured it out, dude.
You could have an RO, you could have an RP system, any of the letters.
Roadhouse.
Reverse osmosis.
You got to get even with Kent. It's a moral, what did they say?
Imperative.
Moral imperative. Very nice. And so, so they get up to his car. It's like, Kent puts his name on his license plate. And he goes, my mother does the same thing to my underwear. And he goes, she puts a license plate on your underwear? I mean, that's fucking funny.
How do you sit?
Yeah, how do you sit? Fucking funny.
The funniest.
God damn, you suck.
Anything I should know about, boys?
I'll be with you in a moment.
Goodbye, Jerry, and good luck. Susan?
Well, I guess this is goodbye. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you at all. I can't stand it. Have you ever seen a body like this before in your life?
She happens to be my daughter.
Oh, well, then I guess you have.
Coming down?
Yeah. No, seriously, listen. If there's ever anything I can do for you, or more to the point, to you, you let me know, okay?
Can you hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with your penis?
Not right now.
A girl's got to have her standards.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. So,
and her dad's like 4 feet away.
So here's the thing with Deborah Foreman. I have a bone to pick with Deborah Foreman. Here's the thing. Like, we know each other via, like, we're friends of friends, whatever, right? And so we communicated on the Twitter a few years ago, and everything was fine. I was like, she's making jewelry. I'm like retweeting it and shit.
Right.
Then we were going to have her on the I wanted to have her on the show. What was the movie?
Valley Girl.
Valley Girl. We don't have we haven't done Valley Girl.
We had to skip it because of something else happened.
Okay. So I'm just like, hey, do you want to chat a little bit or whatever? And she stock answered me like, hey, I've already done an interview this month or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And it kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not really sure. If you fucking, like, I'm going to be honest about this. I think, like, depending on where in the country we are right now, if you put me in a room and her in the room, I think I would get recognized just as much as she would.
What? I mean, she did 2 movies.
No, she did like 4.
Okay. She did 4 movies.
Does she still look the same?
One of which she was in 2 scenes.
Yeah. No, she looks good. By the way, that's the thing. It's like I want her to do well.
I mean, not look good. Does she look the same?
I just don't want her to be a dick.
What was her purpose in this movie?
Her purpose in this movie was to be the guy that he could go, you ever seen a body like this before in your life? Because that's one of the greatest lines ever. And then to be, get a cab. And
I agree with Will, though. I was like, why is she in this movie? Yeah. It didn't make any sense other than that one line that was genius.
Now she makes jewelry, which I don't plug anymore because she's not on this podcast.
You're plugging it right now.
Fuck.
She doesn't make it.
Self-realization. I was thinking of the immortal words of Socrates, who said, I drank what?
Is there something wrong?
Hathaway's going to flunk me out of school.
Why?
I screwed up.
What are you gonna do?
I guess I'll leave.
You can't do that. You'll be a failure.
Thank you, Mitch.
I mean, you just can't leave. You owe me $10. You can't quit now. For no other reason than just to see a 5-megawatt laser fired. Just once.
That would be nice.
Oh, man. So this scene...
That's a genius line, by the way.
I was thinking of the immortal words of Socrates when he said, I drank what?
Yeah, because I remember hearing the line and going, what the fuck is he talking about? And then later on, learning how Socrates died, and it like hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it's genius.
Holy shit, that line was genius. This is like years later.
This whole scene is great. I mean, but if you go back and like if I'm listening to it now, how choppy it is or whatever, it's just like feed me this line, feed me this line, feed me this line. But that's 80s movies, you know? Right. It's the way that it was. There she is. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What are you doing? Are you wearing a Texas Ranger shirt right now, or is it just
we started without you?
That kind of thing.
No.
Okay. It looked like. What are you doing? Are you in the back seat of a car?
I'm in the front seat of a car. I had a meeting in Tulsa, and I have to drive back to Arkansas tonight. But I thought maybe Skyping on the road was a bad plan. So
you pulled over to do this.
So I am literally in a McDonald's parking lot right now.
Oh my God! Listen, I realize you're mobile. Let's do this. Let's jump in. And let's talk about the movie Real Genius. All right, Ashley, you know the drill. First of all, happy holidays and congratulations for being our first guest to do 5 questions in the year 2017. You win 3 Green Day figures that Rich is going to send you at some point. All right, Ashley, you know how this works. This is called 5 questions. This is where I will ask you 5 questions. Rich will follow that up with a 6th question. The highest score that we received to this day, again, for getting all 6 right, is 7.5. So it is getting the stakes are getting high. We may have to eventually add a question like it's a fucking learning curve. We'll see what happens. All right, in the movie Real Genius, Val Kilmer is hilarious. Are there any other movies where Val Kilmer's character is supposed to be hilarious?
Top Secret.
That is correct. In fact, Top Secret is way funnier than Real Genius, although it's silly like Hot Shots. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I did.
Chocolate de mousse. Very good. I am so glad that you got that one right, by the way. And I would have also accepted, on a technicality, I would have also given you Tombstone just because he's the comic relief in the movie Tombstone, which we all needed because, you know, let's just face it, the guy from Twister was not funny in that at all.
I thought he was hilarious in Top Gun. I like when he snaps his teeth.
Okay, first of all, I already put that in a song. And secondly, we're going to talk about that later. All right, number 2, I actually talk about, who are we talking about? Val Kilmer in a song, and I say that he's not funny, but he was funny in Real Genius. Can you name that song?
The song is Val Kilmer.
That is correct. I'd like to thank Will for foreshadowing that one. I actually had no idea what the next question was going to be. He fucking just lobbed it out there for me. Give it up for Will, Kitty Corner Will. Very good.
Thank you.
All right, question number 3. The popcorn you are eating has been pissed in. Film at 11. True or false?
True.
That is true. Absolutely true. You got 3 correct. You're kicking some ass. And those of you who think that didn't have anything to do with this movie, and you're hearing Kentucky Fried Movie in your head, that is because this movie, the entire climax of it was based around popcorn. And a lot of people don't know this. That was to increase movie theater sales of popcorn throughout the nation. Movie theater popcorn had taken a bit of a dip. People had gone to like a Jiffy Pop situation where they're trying to sneak it in, going into their local jewelry store, paying a quarter for it. Shoe stores, you get that shit free. They really needed to bump up sales. There was a product placement thing here on the movie Real Genius. And did it work, Rich? Yes, it did work, and that's why Orville Redenbacher actually created the thing with butter in there already. All right, so now we'll get to question number 4. Ashley, you're doing fucking fantastic. You're sitting in a McDonald's parking lot. Name the parking lot you would rather be sitting in right now.
Any other parking lot in the world.
That is correct.
But I'm going to go with...
Okay, wait, she hasn't answered yet. Actually, because I can't give you that. If you would have said a parking lot in Gary, Indiana, you would have gotten it wrong. So be careful here. Go ahead.
Okay, a Hooters that is not in Gary, Indiana.
I love it. Fantastic. You got that right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give you half a bonus point for that because you specified not in Gary, Indiana. Not sure how you pulled that out of your asshole, but fucking amazing work by you. You've got 4.5 right. We're going into question number 5, Ashley C. You are kicking some fucking ass. The funniest person on the show, Jaret Goes to the Movies, is who?
I'm debating on if I should be honest or get the question right.
Be honest. Be honest.
I'm going to opt to get the question right and say...
be honest.
I'm going to have to go with Casey.
Casey is correct. That's right. She's known as the Joke Ninja. She comes and goes as she pleases, but she also delivers jokes in the same exact way. She's just here for your comedy fun and pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, now you've got 5.5 right. Rich will now come along with the bonus question. If you get this right, please understand you will once again have your name on the plaque no one will ever see.
All right, Ashley. Will eating that actually give you large breasts?
He asked, will eating that actually give you large breasts?
Yes.
The answer is yes. That is right. For a follow-up point, can you say the line that he says after that?
Too late?
Too late is correct. I believe that is 7.5 points.
7.5.
Oh, was it 7?
7.5 points.
Wow.
You have tied the record, Ashley C. Congratulations for getting 7.5 right on 5 questions.
That was random question time.
Hey, we wish you a safe journey home, Ashley. Thank you so much for pulling over and doing this with us, and we will see you later to do more stuff.
All right, thank you guys.
All right.
Drive safe.
Drive safe. Happy holidays. Oh, sorry, it's after that. Happy New Year.
My condolences on your meltdown night.
What meltdown, Kent?
I'm not saying that you had one, because how would I know? But just in case you do.
You slime.
Your own fault, Knight. Didn't anyone ever tell you to make sure your optics are clean?
Like, think back to movies that you enjoy and love. If you've ever wanted to fucking punch somebody this bad, ever. I wanted to punch him so fucking bad.
Why? He helped them solve the problem.
I know, but he had been working so hard.
Well, you don't know the end game for the fucking front game, Rich. That's the fucking problem.
Wow, that's profound.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know if these 80 movies are going to work out in the end.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening right now.
By the way, this seems so obvious.
Yes, if you're going to do a chemical laser, have a solid state chemical laser that you can laze the material through and have that 5 megawatt laser.
I would like a lay's donut,
Turns out to be
please.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Why
It
does
does.
anybody acknowledge his
That seems a little more
iHeart koozie?
Yeah, we did. We talked about it earlier.
Okay, I think I missed that.
The thing is
You just like Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah,
Is that
Carrie
what-
fucking hates this movie so much. He's just here to fucking.
He's just drinking the beer.
He's just here to hang out.
He came here to talk about the movie and drink, and he's done talking about the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the kitty corner, it's Will here to tell us how is Jared connected?
He'll let you know in a minute.
All right, as we do every week, Kitty Corner will let us know how I am connected to this movie. Then Rich will sadly fucking let us know how his 1 or 2 movies are connected. And then I'm going to show him today my Screen Actors Guild card.
Okay, so Real Genius, starring Gabriel Jaret, spelt incorrectly, was also in the movie Apollo 13.
Nice.
With Tom Hanks.
Ooh.
Who is also in The Burbs.
Mm-hmm.
With Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Fisher was in Empire Strikes Back.
Jesus Christ, this is a long one.
With Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams was in Batman.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
With Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Danny DeVito, who was in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is a thing where we try to make it the longest we can.
Who was in
my day.
Predator with Carl Weathers.
Jesus Christ.
Who was also in Rocky with Burgess Meredith.
Right.
Who was in The Twilight Zone, the movie, with Dan Aykroyd, who was in Crossroads with Jared Reddick.
Yay!
I like it.
I wasn't even going to do it, but I'm sure I can beat that. Jesus Christ. I can get there in 3. Julie Strang was in a movie with me where I had the music. She was also in a movie called Love Is Like That with Debbie Mazar, who was in The Doors with Val Kilmer.
Oh, wait. Val Kilmer was in MacGruber with some dude named Derek Mears, who was in Curse with Jared Reddick. I forgot that one.
So I got there in 2.
Yeah.
Right. I got there in 3.
Fuckface.
Always one more. Do you want me to show you my ASCAP membership?
I don't want
I do actually, yeah.
I don't have it.
I actually do have my Screen Actors Guild card.
If I had an ASCAP membership, I'd get money every year. But since I don't bother to do it, I don't get any money.
Yeah, you fucking hate money.
I hate having to do
More money, more
stupid
problems,
shit.
right?
So I love this. This is one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie because it's Val Kilmer doing his thing, and he loses his shit. And he, one of my favorite things about it is just like how he fucking kicks the refrigerator, jumps up on the candy machine, and then doesn't mean to kick the freezer door. And then I bet that shit hurt.
He almost ate
so
shit.
bad. Yeah, 100%. And then it's like, and then he's sitting down there, and it's like he does this evil laugh, like this, turning point of the 80s movie. And then he's like, ice is nice. Guess where fucking Iceman came from? Real genius, bitches.
Oh my god.
I fucking just solved Top Gun. Now, I actually don't even know if that's a trivia thing. I fucking literally just thought it today. Like, I was like...
I want to hear the song.
Which one?
No, we gotta deserve
I
it.
just solved...
We gotta deserve it. We kind of...
Dude, how do I not deserve it?
Yeah, we've done it for way shadier things than that.
That's true.
100%.
But that was my
So
point.
I love... but here's the thing. Like, I love this... This Val Kilmer is my favorite. He, again, he kicks the thing. He does the laugh.
It actually looked like an accident that thing fell out.
Agreed.
And then it was the the solution, I was like, oh wow, that seemed real natural.
It was great. And then he's like, it's so fucking cool because he's like running around, then he runs up to Laszlo, and he's like, how'd you do? And he goes, I passed, but I failed. And he goes, then I'm happy and I'm sad for you. You know, I fucking love that shit so much. And then he's running around, and he's like, you're not Mitch. Laszlo, want to see an impression of gravity? And he knocks the fucking books out of the guy.
I
Whatever.
fucking died at that
And he's
part.
like, I'm very sorry. And then he runs outside. I'm very sorry. I'll buy you a car. I'll buy you a car is 100% a Jaret Reddick signature move, by the way, that I got from this. I don't have one, but it's my dad's. I don't have one. It's my dad's. God damn it. I fucked that up. Anyway, I like it a lot.
What do you want, Knight?
World peace. But I don't think this is the time to discuss it.
Get out.
There's something that might interest you, Jerry.
I'm not interested in anything you have to say.
Dr. Hathaway.
Susan. Solve the power problem, Jerry.
Jerry?
Take a cab.
So you'll hammer later.
So probably my most said line out of any movie of all time is...
Susan.
No.
Yeah.
What do you want? World peace. But I really don't think we should discuss that right now. Fucking awesome. To me, that is just like every line he says out of his mouth is so perfect all the time. It's just the writing. God, it's so good. And I hope that he ad-libbed some of it. You know, if he didn't, then fuck him. But damn.
Yeah,
it's a
who wrote
fucking
this?
funny movie. Your dad.
It is possible to synthesize excited bromide in an argon matrix. Yes, it's an exomer, frozen in its excited state.
That's impossible.
It's a chemical laser, but in solid, not gaseous form. Put simply, in deference to you, Kent, it's like lasing a stick of dynamite. As soon as we apply a field, we couple to a state that is radiatively coupled to the ground state. I figure we can extract at least 10 to the 21st photons per cubic centimeter, which will give 1 kilojoule per cubic centimeter at 600 nanometers, or 1 megajoule per liter.
Yeah, I'm sure this all was actually legitimate, credible, smart talk, but it sounded very Zoolander to me.
The thing is, look, if we knew how to do any of the stuff, that we would already have done it.
Well, the whole epiphany that he had is that make everything cold so that when it gets hot, it doesn't fucking explode. And then in his explanation, he doesn't really say that. He says all this other crap that had nothing to do with that.
And this is where the movie took a turn for you?
Yeah, this is why I don't like it.
Well, obviously they use Caltech consultants to kind of help them with all this stuff, but I read that in this part, they had to make up some bullshit because they didn't want anyone really doing this.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually that's a great... Dude, I was listening... This is fucking crazy. I swear to God, I thought about this today. So I listened to these true crime podcasts. And one of them is this old case that I've seen on 2020 and on Forensic Files and shit.
They call those cold cases.
Where this guy...
Ice is nice.
Where this...
Oh my God!
We just saw Taco!
Sorry.
Cue Pantera.
Laszlo, I'm so glad you came out. You want a hamburger? I've been thinking about your laser solution. Oh, good. I figure you've increased the power output to 6 megawatts.
Yeah, about that.
Well, what would you use that for?
Making enormous Swiss cheese?
The applications are unlimited.
No. With the fuel you've come up with, the beam would last for, what, 15 seconds? Well, what good is that?
Oh, Laszlo, that doesn't matter. I respect you, but I graduated.
Yeah, let the engineers figure out a use for it. That's not our concern.
Maybe somebody already has a use for it. One for which it is specifically designed.
You mean Dr. Hathaway had something in mind all along?
Look at the facts. Very high power, portable, limited firing time, unlimited range. All you need is a tracking system and a large spinning mirror, and you could vaporize a human target from space.
Are we still on board with the whole vaping over raping thing?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, we had a big debate over that in one of the podcasts.
I would advocate for not rape.
Yeah, me
generally
too.
not
I think the general
want-
consensus was vaping was better than raping.
Yeah, of course. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, but I don't want
We got a big discussion about smoking cigarettes versus
raping.
Vape. No,
There is no
vaping.
possible way I had this conversation.
Raping
We
comes last.
absolutely did. It was on one of the podcasts. We were talking about smoking versus vaping.
Okay.
And then you chimed in with, well, vaping's better than raping. And we all said we agree.
Yeah. Well, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm
given
given a choice, like there should not be any rape.
Okay, so that's we're on board. That's all I asked.
If
We're
there's
still
gonna
on board
be
with the
no,
vaping.
but I'm not trying to be hilarious. I just mean, let the fucking vape stores shine. No rape stores.
Gotcha.
I don't want any
Rape
part of that.
stores?
Yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Just trying to
And
think
nobody
of the
does.
commercials they'll take there. It would be horrible.
Here's my thing. It's like if you're a kid and you are told, hey, what do you just did this, you're gonna get this big job and yada yada. I mean, like you just created a weapon and.
How did they not know they were creating?
Well,
what
also,
the fuck do you use
agree, but
lasers
also,
for?
do you
They watch
really?
Star Wars?
Do you
My
really
God.
give a fuck? Like, I'm being honest. Like, and maybe I believe one way, maybe I believe the other. But do you care?
Maybe if you're such a logical thinker, like these people aren't like regular people that are like, okay, well, I care about money. I mean, this is really logical thinking. Like, I'm creating something that's going to kill human life forms. Like, that's not what you're in there for. You're trying to.
They're only about solving the problem. There's a challenge and a problem, and they want to solve it. That's what these nerds do.
I was thinking, how in the world did they not know that they were creating a weapon? But like you said, it's just a problem and solution sort of thing, a challenge of sorts.
Well,
So
the
they-
first time that it shot through everything, and they go celebrate, we're getting all of this stuff, or even the thing. That's where we're at now.
MIT students would have automatically known. I think the Caltechs were just smoking too much.
No, I've played at Caltech before. It was fucking great. by
Sure
the
it
way.
wasn't Cal Poly?
100%. I played at Caltech. Did I play at Cal Poly?
I don't know, but they're very close to each other.
I'm fairly sure I played at Caltech.
I always go, yeah, I graduated from Cal Poly. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, it's not the one you're thinking of.
I 100% played at Caltech.
Cal Poly's a lot bigger.
Kent,
What?
I'm talking to you, Kent.
What is this?
I said I'm talking to you.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asleep. Must be overworked.
You're not overworked, Kent.
Well, I'm not insane. Or am I?
That remains to be seen, Kent.
But we are having a conversation,
Okay, who is this?
This is Jesus, Kent.
and you've been a very...
Naughty boy.
All right. Who is this?
Cut the crap, Kent. You've built a weapon.
Here is the thing that if I'm going to have one problem with anything in this movie, it's going to be right here.
Yep.
And here's why. If anybody is going to be the voice of Jesus, it should be 100%
Chris Knight.
Chris Knight.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it could have been way more hilarious and all of that. Like, I get, like, we're trying to incorporate Mitch into the movie, but I don't feel like it's needed. He could have been sitting there, like, laughing and feeding him lines and shit.
Yeah, but he's also taken down his, like, kind of humiliator and stuff. Like, I like that.
That's true.
No, but he's already gotten even with him.
Oh, that car wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking you got to do
Good
some more
point.
stuff.
Okay, Becky. That's a really
Cried like
good
a
point.
baby in front of everybody. Like, fuck it.
Okay, that's a good point. But
How did they get a battery into his mouth to power that shit?
her
They
dad
gassed
was a dentist, right?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Jordan did it.
Yeah, so they gassed his room. He fell asleep and they, like, put it in his braces.
It's 1985.
It's powered by the human body or something.
The power of imagination.
We're just having trouble getting through the end of the podcast. He's just like, I fucking hate everything we're talking about.
This is amazing.
Got a motherfucking montage here. So, is this 2?
3.
This is
Third
3 for you
montage.
guys. Okay. So, I love that she comes in and she's like, how are these? And he goes, terrible. Mine looks like him, him looks like me, whatever. And, okay, let's switch them up, right? He goes, what if these don't work? Well, they shoot us. That's fucking great.
Greatest.
The greatest. I'm You know what? I'm going to start judging your movies.
You
Wait.
do!
I don't actually.
Fucking do!
What are your movies?
First of all. All right.
I didn't say I hated the movie. I said I did not hate
it doesn't matter, though. But
I
our
know,
thing is...
that's the problem.
We're supposed to be... Dude, I've let you become...
Maybe I should pick more movies.
I've let you become too much of a character on the show. You think you're more important than you are.
I'm not important at all.
Here's the thing. Like, you we should just be here.
Okay, then why
about
are you giving me so much importance if I don't like the movie? Why are you adding so much importance? You have to like the movie.
Well, I didn't say that at all.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite movies in the whole world's coming up later in the year. It is fucking stupid.
Which one?
And it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Which one?
Is what?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I love that.
I don't even know that movie.
Oh
So
my
great.
gosh, I love it so much, but it is stupid.
Yeah,
I don't care.
But it's so bad it's good.
It's so good.
I think Rich is going to hate Serendipity.
The what?
You'll hate Serendipity, probably.
Oh, no.
No, it was his
No,
movie.
he likes it. Really?
That was
Yeah,
all
we
right.
already did.
No,
She did.
I hated Serendipity. I hated it with a
Yeah,
passion.
Serendipity was Rich's pick.
See, that's crazy because I feel more drawn to you, and I'm thinking we're not going to like anything
No,
ever
I
the
hate
same.
it.
No, I picked Serendipity.
That's crazy.
I didn't like it because she's a terrible person.
I don't get to pick
yeah.
movies.
That's actually a really good. That actually ended up a really good podcast episode.
This
Serendipity
conversation's
The
so
Serendipity
meta.
one?
I picked Willy Wonka. Everybody threw a fit, and then everyone was like, "I'm so glad we picked Willy Wonka."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "We."
I think I know.
I never said we. I gave you credit every single time. Every time.
We're having an inner podcast montage. It's the best.
No, I even said on your post that I love Serendipity.
Yeah, okay.
Did we do? Is this the fourth montage?
Oh, no. Now we just
That was
had
our montage within the podcast.
It's within the podcast. We just had you guys were talking about what we're doing. We had a podcast montage.
Yeah, if you could have seen the dressing room, like outfit change that was happening while this was going on, you guys would have fucking lost your shit.
IDs? Hey, can you snap it up, buddy? We just flew in. We're late. We're tired. We're hungry. We rented this stupid car.
Are you out of your mind?
You gotta intimidate these guys. Be cool. It's okay.
You're not on the list.
List? Not on the list. Yeah, that's because we're classified.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys a little young to be technicians?
Yeah, well, lasers are young science. Okay, there. Fine. You made me say it. Now we're both in trouble.
Look, I'll call the duty officer.
So this can't happen. So I tried to talk my way onto Shepherd Air Force Base like 3 times.
Thank you.
You can't just do it. You can't just do it. But here's the thing.
I'm an expert at showing ID to get on a military base. You can't do this.
You can't just show
I grew up
anything.
as a military brat, and
Right.
no, it doesn't work.
I feel like you're taking all this like super literal though.
I was not gonna. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna say this part because Jared's all jumping my shit, and then you fucking said it. So I was just backing you up.
I'm not jumping your shit.
God damn it!
They would not let you near a B-1 bomber prototype.
Well, first of all, there's no B-1 bomber prototype in eyesight of
The front gate.
the front gate. That doesn't work. That's like the second or third step to get into the B-1 bomber.
I do love this part of the 80s where, you know, and it's in every fucking 80s movie, like where we have like this setup. It's hilarious. We go through all this thing. And then there's just this part. It's like the bridge of a song where it's just, here's the mission. And then we're going to follow it up with like a double chorus at the end. And that's what's happening here. It's like, okay, here's the mission. This is the bridge. So we've cast ourselves away from the rest of the movie that's happening. We're going to go in here to the apparently we're on a spaceship, some sort of jet, some sort of bingo jet had a light on, and we're making it to where we're gonna. Okay, let's see. What can we do? Let's aim it at his fucking house.
Which can't happen because of the curvature of the Earth.
I don't know if anybody cares.
If it was a satellite, sure.
Here's the thing.
But he's
I feel
flying.
like all of us just understand that smart people can do whatever they want.
That's true.
You know, and they can just figure things out. It's like you could play poker against a smart person and they're just better at it.
Sometimes, if you're in our neighborhood, you can play poker against a fucking hammered person at 3 a.m. that just showed up really super late, and they're still better at it than you. And that person is Jaret.
Wait, am I better than them or they're better than me?
You're the drunk person that wins for no reason.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's true. That we actually talked about that.
He left at 3 a.m. one time. It was like, I'm going to go play poker at Tim's house.
Tool.
I'm like, who the fuck invites anybody to play poker at 3?
Tim Tool.
Yeah, and then he'd come home and be like, I won. Good night.
I won $600 that night, actually.
Anyway, he stopped getting invited.
Why is it that I am not surprised to see you here? And I suppose you have an explanation for this so-called event that we're to witness.
Yes, sir, I do. But first, let me take this opportunity to compliment you on your fashion sense, particularly your slippers.
Yes, well, Philomena likes them.
Hey, guys. Chris. Good morning.
Oh, Congressman Duggan. What brings you around?
Well, I was told there was a situation here of critical international importance.
Oh, man. It'd be great to just get a congressman out all the time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, that was easy.
Let me take that again.
Can I take mine again?
Yeah,
After? Okay.
It'd be great to just get a fucking congressman out all the time.
Yeah, that was... Oh, wait, I have to look it up now.
Fuck,
No,
man.
you
God,
do it.
no, just leave them both in. Now it makes sense. Just we're ping-ponging.
It's California. They have a ton of congressmen.
Man. So Kent goes into the house. I fucking love this scene so much. Okay, God, let me have it.
This was genius.
And there's just a big thing of Jiffy Pot right there.
I like the part where he's like, wee.
But the thing that I didn't like about the laser is this. On the commercial at the start of the movie, we have a thing, and there's a guy about to serve another guy tea or crumplets or whatever the fuck.
Right,
crumplets.
And that guy just disappears, right?
Right, puff of smoke.
Now, this is fucking false advertising because this thing starts about 50 yards from the house and just draws this fucking line all the way and cuts through the house and then and we're popping popcorn.
Which hamburger on the advertising looks like the actual hamburger?
I don't know what that means.
The one in and out, of course.
Oh, wait. Well, hold on.
You said it was false advertising. I was like,
is that a thing?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Which hamburger on the advertising? Jack in the Box.
Maybe.
That shit actually does look real. And
You're
here's
fucking
why.
my point up. My point is the advertising never looks like the actual thing.
No, but you should start doing drugs because if you did drugs, Jack in the Box.
I've been looking for a reason.
No, that's the thing. I've never done drugs, but my wife tells me that Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box advertising is for drug users, right? God damn it! Why would you do that?
I can gate it. It's fine.
One more time.
So
it's terrible. I messed the cord. I didn't mean to. I just got.
Is there a Jack in the Box around here?
Yeah, I was just telling them
Your
that
wife's a drug user. Is that what
I've
you
never
said?
done drugs, but I said that Jack in the Box, their fucking food looks exactly the same when they advertise it, and they're just basically marketing to fucking drug users.
Okay, so Jack in the Box is marketed to pot smokers. It's like, hey, get this box with a fucking taco and a burger and some shit and some things, and it's $10.99, and it doesn't matter what fucking time it is, and it doesn't matter what TV show you're watching, come buy it. But whether you're high or not, if you drink all the beers, the ultimate bacon cheeseburger is always good.
It's the fucking best ever.
Hey, that has nothing to do with illegal drugs.
I have not had one of those in it's got to be 15 years, but it was the fucking best cheeseburger.
Where's their Jack in the Box around here?
Let's go get one right now. Fuck it. All right.
Gone.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's where the podcast ended?
By the way, I have a new rule.
Rules?
Because I behave the exact same way every single time, no matter if I like the film or if I don't like it. If it's my favorite film...
Not if you're sick.
I say the same kind of shit as if it's my least favorite film. The only difference is if you ask me up front if I like it or not, and if I say no, then you're pissed the whole time.
That's not
and
true.
that means anything I say negative, you thinking is a personal affront to your favorite movie. Boogie Nights, I didn't tell you to the end that I didn't like it, and you're like, why didn't you wait so long to tell me? This is why. This is why I don't tell you at the beginning if I like it or not, because you take it personally.
For somebody who comes in at the beginning of podcasts going, hey, in the last podcast you said this and I thought about it for a fucking week and I'm mad. I really feel like we should all just say our opinions and then move on.
Yeah, and also, we're talking about Jack in the Box right now, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We're just about to move on.
You're really angry about it, though.
Yeah. Me?
I was just fucking with you.
And also, I have never hated on a movie ever. Like
you absolutely hated Raiders of the Lost Ark. Right
you
off the
hated
bat.
A Christmas Story.
It was terrible.
There is no possible way I hated Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You said this was the worst movie. Why are we doing this movie? This movie is terrible.
I may have thought that there were
was me.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was
both
me.
You guys.
Wait, we're talking about fucking...
Dude, I don't hate on anything. I literally never hate
I was
on
hurt
anything.
by that. I was like, I did not like this movie.
You guys both get angry at podcasts for no reason.
I don't ever get angry.
You threw a big old fucking fit over, like, we were watching Arthur. He's like, I love Arthur. And you're like, you don't like remakes. And even people were like, that's super aggressive over a remake.
What? I don't think you're
So,
remembering it
popcorn.
right.
We've talked about popcorn, right?
Yes.
Or if you think it's delicious or whatever. So here's the thing that bothers me. This house is falling apart because of popcorn. And we're like, it gets to a certain point. And it's like, okay, kids, go. And like, people are just like
at one
playing
point,
it.
like I imagined the popcorn was delicious, and like another point, I was like, "Oh, it's a ball pit." So now there's like heroin needles and fucking like shit piles in the bottom of
So
it.
he got 31.8% of the prizes, and he's got to figure that out because he thought he was going to get 37. We've all been there.
But back to that popcorn, though.
Yeah.
Did you know? I actually did a little research.
Oh.
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Did a whole thing on this to see if popcorn could actually explode a home or not explode. I mean, you know, like how.
Oh, really?
Turns out it can't.
It
Burned up
can't.
Popcorn. No. I know it ruined the whole thing for me. I was just trying to bring y'all down.
Well, wait a minute. Did they have access to this kind of laser?
They made a big Jiffy Pop thing.
I didn't understand why the laser could go through fucking all this stuff hotter than the sun, but whenever it hit the Jiffy Pot foil, it just made popcorn.
Yeah, well, also, just it fucking cutting through again. This is what drove me crazy.
It didn't cut the house. It just went through the window.
Yeah, and then even when it like had trouble with the window.
Right.
It's like, hey, we're like, what are we doing? And then also, the fuck is Kent doing that with his fucking hands back and
Kent's
shit?
lost
Like,
his damn mind.
Well, he
Jesus
thought
teeth.
Jesus was talking to him.
Through his
He's
mouth.
having an experience.
yeah. Well, we've all been there, but never so much popcorn.
They did have to coat the popcorn with some like anti or some chemical so it wouldn't catch on fire because it's like I guess a big fire hazard to have a bunch of popcorn in a house like
It just
that.
didn't even look like popcorn to me. Like
It was real. It was real popcorn.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
a
tiny. That's why.
That's a shitload of popcorn.
How do you pop that much popcorn?
You have a laser.
You can read about it.
Yeah,
It
there was a
took
fucking
them like
laser,
a month to do it, and they had to cut it with this crap, and it was old, and it was terrible.
Oh, because it would go bad and be all soggy and stuff. Yeah, they have to cut. They have to coat it with the stuff from the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah, with I'm into food additives. Hey man, it's been an awesome year. It really has. I mean, congratulations on our first show of 2017.
Good job, you guys.
No, good job, you guys. I mean,
good job, you listeners.
This podcast
I might be fired.
Has
of the
just
next
been such
podcast.
I don't even know why you. I love how you try to make me out to be the bad guy, and you're literally the fucking worst human being in the world.
Jaret doesn't have time to edit this shit.
I really don't. Also, just make me look however I look. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, just a fat guy sitting at a computer. Come on. Let's do it. Hey, here's the thing. I hope you guys had a great Merry Christmas, and by the time you're hearing this, me and Casey will have seen a amazing Broadway play. We'll be heading to Washington, D.C. to ring in the new year. And it's fucking 2017, guys.
They have Broadway plays in D.C.?
No, we're going to go to New York first.
Oh, okay.
She's never seen New York at Christmas, so I'm going to go show her.
We're going for like the day. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be
Day
fun.
and
Great.
night.
And then we'll take a train down. It'd be great. Rich, you have any New Year's resolutions?
I guess just the working out stuff.
Okay, you're going to work out and stuff. And you're
I know that's original, but
I know it's the hardest one though.
Since
man.
I've already paid for it for the year, I think I might stick.
You
with
paid for the whole year.
The whole year.
Jesus Christ, you don't give a fuck, right? Mm-hmm. So you're doing you're doing nutritionist and the workout guy.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, that's a fucking commitment.
Mm-hmm. I might look like Carrie by the end of the year.
Come on.
Yeah. He doesn't give a fuck. Casey, anything you got going on for the new year? What are you thinking about?
My New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Moisturize my face more.
Okay, I didn't think you were going to go
find
with space.
a cure for Chinese food.
Okay, yes. I totally get it.
It's called Indian food.
Becky, what are your... But first of all, do you guys have any holiday plans that we may have missed out on?
Probably Wichita Falls, I'm sure. Go home.
Oh, that place.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go home, and that's about it. I'm a party pooper. We don't do much on New Year's, so yeah.
All right, so any New Year's resolutions?
Well, I was thinking about maybe I would try to be nicer to Carrie, but I'm not.
Come
it's
on with
going to be one of those couple
you
of
have to
days.
be confident in your decision. Yeah,
Yeah,
think about
it's probably.
it first.
I mean, I'm just doing it for the podcast.
Yeah,
really.
think on it.
Just for.
I get it.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Will, what do you got going on, man? Like, what are you doing for New Year's? I know what you're doing for Christmas already.
My wife and I will probably watch TV and then maybe go to bed before midnight. We won't. It's not a big thing.
I don't do
is going to bed?
I'm in bed by 10 every New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I don't like to share my song, my going to bed song.
Do it.
No, I
My
don't-
thing
no,
is,
I
this-
don't like to share it.
this is the absolute truth. I have not played on New Year's Eve in the last, at least like 8 years. It's been like 8 at least. It may be long. It may be longer because it's just not like what we do. We call it amateur night. It's just it fucking sucks no matter what. Then you get offered a certain amount of money. And now I'm finding myself in DC. And it should be fun. I think it'll be. Yeah, you get in there. By the way, it's open bar the whole time. So if you're hearing this, next week you'll hear about how it fucking ended up, right? Or like to be someone in between. I don't know.
No, you
It'll
won't.
be the memorial episode.
Thank you guys so very much for listening to the show. We appreciate you guys. You can find us on the web at JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. We are at Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, Reddit. We have a Reddit thing?
Yep, we got a Reddit
Pinterest. What the fuck do we do on Pinterest?
Nothing.
Patreon, Google Plus, and a Tumblr by searching Jaret Goes to the Movies. I don't even know that we have all that.
We have all that.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy. Find me on all the socials at JARET2113. Find Rich on all the socials at Rich Coleman TX. Find Casey on all the socials at Casey Yant. And Will on all the socials at Will Vark. It's WIL, 1L fuckfaces. And hey, you guys got anything you guys want to promote? You want to promote?
Oh my!
Let's promote your Facebook.
But yeah, it's Cruising Canvases. Like cruising around.
Cruising Canvases is fucking awesome. She does things where she will come to your party and teach you guys how to paint a painting. Everybody leaves with a fucking amazing piece of art, and you don't even fucking have to be good at it because she will show you exactly what to do. Right?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, of course. Yep. Carrie, you got anything to promote?
How about carry on, bitches?
So, if you guys would please hashtag KERRYON bitches. That would mean a lot to him. Carry on, bitches. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been fun. I'm so sorry that Rich fucks up every episode. We will see you down the road.